We got some showcases, launches, and more video games. Let's talk. What up, viewers? What up, Calcs Hoops here, and today is Friday, August 30th, and that means it's time for a quick recap of the week in video game news. First thing I want to talk about is the Nintendo Direct. This was kind of two Nintendo Directs plugged in together. The first one was a Nintendo Indie Showcase, or Nindies as I like to call them. And then after like the first 15 minutes or so, when they run through all the independent developers, they also talk about partnership showcases. These are like third-party popular titles that are coming to the Nintendo Switch. The whole thing started off pretty strong with a Balatro DLC, so you get some pretty cool skins for your cards in Balatro. I haven't played Balatro yet, but yeah, you get there's I guess Witcher card skins that are coming out. You got Among Us, you've got Vampire Survivor, you got Dave the Diver. So you've got all this DLC coming to Balatro, so I'll have to check out those if I pick up Balatro. After that, there was the next title coming from the studio behind Grease, which is Neva. So that Grease has won plenty of awards, or Gris, depending on how you say it. Has won a bunch of awards and very highly regarded. So I'm pretty sure people are very excited for the sequel game or whatever the next game is coming from that studio. Another game that caught my eye coming out of Nintendo was Peglin, which is like a competitive, or not competitive. It's like a RPG pachinko game where you like shoot the ball out, and then the more you hit, the more points you get, and that'll help you do damage to bosses. So I thought it was a pretty cool idea, and it like surprise launched coming out of the Nintendo Direct. So yeah, that was pretty cool, and something I'm kind of looking forward to. Pico Park was an 8-player co-op game where you're like kind of playing like blocky or something like that. Like you're kind of all stamp up and work together to like overcome the levels. And yeah, it plays up to 8 players, so that's enough for my friend group to pick that up. And the last but not least, most of the stuff I was actually very excited for was all coming out of the Nintendo Indie side of it. A lot of the partner showcase stuff was just like some third-party titles that I was, somewhat less interested in. But the last one they even showed it just briefly in like a montage was Metal Slug Tactics is coming soon. So I'm looking forward to Metal Slug Tactics. I grew up playing Metal Slug, so in arcade games, and I'm very excited for Metal Slug Tactics. And I know was it delayed? I think it was delayed for a bit there. So I'm glad that it's still coming down the pipe. The next big thing that happened this week was we've got our first kind of major launch is just around the corner. Star Wars Outlaw is out next week. I think it comes out on the 3rd, but the review embargo's up now, and it's pretty mixed. It's got a 76 Metacritic. I've heard everything along the spectrum of like, this is the best Star Wars game that's ever been created, to it's like a boring cash grab and nothing's very incoherent. So it sounds like reviewers are pretty mixed on Star Wars Outlaws, and overall that means I'm kind of going to give it a pass. I am kind of interested, and if I had 20 to 30 hours to spend playing a kind of mad game, then maybe I'd pick it up. But I am interested. I kind of want a friend or someone close to me to kind of give me their opinion on whether it kind of holds up to what they would want out of Star Wars. I mean, it is a kind of stealth action game set within the Star Wars universe, so I know that I probably have some friends that would be interested in that. But yeah, I guess I'm kind of gonna wait for a little bit more reviews or to watch like a full video breakdown talking about Star Wars Outlaws. Let me know what you think of it if you have played it down below in the comments, or when you start playing it down below in the comments. We got to see a little bit more on Echoes of Wisdom. This is a game I am very excited about, and I will probably play regardless of the reviews. But Echoes of Wisdom is the upcoming Legend of Zelda game, or Legend of Link, as it's been known colloquially. And we got a trailer this week kind of showing off Zelda's sword skills, as well as kind of what we'll be doing within the game. And like you'll be going into these kind of like platforming puzzles You'll go into like these rifts within Hyrule, and you'll have to solve platform puzzles using the stuff that you've kind of manifested with Zelda's magic. So, and there's a lot of and then just like there's a lot of 2D, 3D puzzles that you have to kind of figure out and how to navigate these rifts using the objects, the ordinary objects that you've kind of keyed into and can recreate at will. So it looked like a pretty cool kind of way to explore, and I hope there's going to be something more than just these kind of like sideways, backwards, upside down puzzles. But and it sounds like there will be, with like there's the whole you'll turn into a sword master, but there's like that'll slowly run out and it like exhausts a resource. So you have to go and collect more if you want to go into sword fighting mode. So all that to say is there's more mechanics in Echoes of Wisdom than we originally knew, and I'm excited to see more and what it's going to actually take to explore this world. It sounds like Remedy, the studio behind Control and Alan Wake 1 and 2, is leaving Epic's clutches and is joining up with and partnering up with Annapurna. They're going to bring Control and Alan Wake to a TV show, so that was a partnership with Annapurna Pictures. But that sounds like Annapurna will also be helping them publish Control 2, which is their next game that we're looking forward to after Alan Wake 2. And I know a lot of people are very excited for Remedy's next game, and so I'm glad that whatever wasn't working at Epic, hopefully now it will be working with Annapurna on board. So all parties are probably very happy with the current arrangement. And I am excited to kind of see. Alan Wake 2 was already somewhat of a movie, like it has a live action actor and all that kind of stuff. So I'm interested to kind of see what do you do that doesn't already exist within like the Alan Wake universe. So it'll be fun to check out that TV show. I don't remember if it was on a streaming platform, or maybe I've got some other stuff confused with it. So I don't know if there's a streaming platform signed on yet, but looking forward to Control and Alan Wake coming to a TV near me. PS Plus has some pretty big games, including a new launch coming in September. It seems like Quidditch Champions is going full Rocket League and just going to blast off and give everybody a free copy, because it's going to be Quidditch Champions is going to be in the PS Plus. So next month, when the month rolls over and we get our PS Plus games for the month of September, you can play brand new Quidditch Champions for free on PlayStation. So, or I think Fall Guys kind of use this tactic too. Like I think PS Plus members got it for free, and then they had to convince their PC friends to like join in with them. So they will be monetizing beyond just giving it away for free on PlayStation, I assume. But they're going kind of full Rocket League. Rocket League didn't really hit its prominence, I don't think, until it became like a PS Plus game a couple months after launch and became free. So that seems to be the playbook that they're taking with Quidditch Champions. So I know that a couple of my friends are wishy-washy on Harry Potter nowadays, but I think with it being free, maybe we'll all check it in and play a match together. There's also a couple other games coming out in PS Plus. MLB The Show. I assume they're trying to ramp up players for the next MLB game. I guess we're a couple quarters away from that, but they're giving away that one. And then Little Nightmares 2, I can definitely bet, since considering that was announced at Gamescom, or Little Nightmares 3 was announced at Gamescom, I assume they want to build up the player base for of Little Nightmares 2, so they have a stronger base to sell Little Nightmares 3 to. Commerce, all working together. This is how multi-layer marketing works. So all those will be free in PlayStation Plus for September. Any tabletop RPG player will tell you that the patrons or proprietors of a inn are, godlike beings that are hard to interact with and are completely invulnerable and spawn adventures. And that's what we will be able to do in Tavern Keeper. Tavern Keeper is a tavern management game, and you get to build up and design your own tavern, and I think it's kind of one of those ideas that make you kind of scratch your head and say, why didn't this exist before? D&D's, all at the peak of its prominence right now. Um, so I can definitely see trying to sell D&D players a game where they get to build and manage their own tavern. So I had another game that caught my eye this week that I was very excited for. Uh, Another idea, which kind of seems like, hey, why didn't I think of that? A medieval zombie survival game. So we've had a lot of zombie crafting games. Usually they're like post-apocalyptic and like maybe even a little bit sci-fi. But this one takes you all the way back to the Middle Ages. In God Save Birmingham, you play as just a character, and I don't. I hopefully there's a multiplayer aspect to this because I always like building my, doing my like survival base building stuff with friends, or my survival crafting games with friends. So hopefully I can play that with friends and yeah, build up a metal piece of armor and start stabbing zombies with pitchforks. So looking forward to God Save Birmingham. The Zelda animated TV show is getting turned into a DVD, and the pre-order started this week. I've already pre-ordered my copy on Amazon. This isn't the first time it's been on pre-order, or it's been on DVD before, but I just noticed that these DVDs were back in stock, and so having never watched the Saturday morning cartoons Zelda animated series, I am excited to kind of see what they're all about. I mean, obviously infamous, excuse me, princess and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I never watched it, so I'll be curious to see. I'd have to dust off a DVD player like anybody else who don't want to watch a DVD. But yeah, looking forward to checking out the animated Zelda TV show. Game developers all the time nowadays are trying to blend genres to kind of make new genres. That's kind of how mobile was spawned out of the RTS genre. And there's a new kind of mix coming down the pipe which is a mixture between a real-time strategy game and a deck builder. And it's called Warcana. And you draft up a big deck, and then you're playing out cards, and that'll like affect which way you're kind of tech building into it. Like a lot of RTS games are all about like learning your tech trees and trying to understand what new technology or what new things should I build so I can get access to the bigger and better stuff. And apparently those decisions will be made by drawing cards from a deck. So yeah, I think that's a very cool idea, and I'm always looking for cool ways to spice up both real-time strategy as well as like card battle or tech games or deck builders. So looking forward to checking out Warcana coming down the pipe soon. The entire first level of the first Doom from 1993 has been recreated within the Doom Eternal engine, and it was just kind of a cool video to watch. So I'll have a link down below for you to check that out. But it kind of got me thinking of like, hey, are we gonna ever get like a Doom Eternal style remake or remaster in the same vein as like a Resident Evil 2 style like remake where modern mechanics but using the old maps? So I'm curious to see. I know that the originals have been remastered and like they're on digital platforms, I think, across the spectrum. But yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool to play through the original Doom, but like using modern assets and stuff like that. So hopefully that's either something that the mod community can do, or maybe Bethesda will do themselves in-house. Last but not least, I usually talk about only 10 topics, and this one's a little bit less video game related, but something that caught my eye this week that I just want to talk to people about was I saw a Christopher Reeve documentary coming down the pipe called Superman. And as Christopher Reeve is my favorite Superman, the one I grew up watching his movies, and there's a documentary coming out about his life and the accident with the horse and all that kind of stuff, and how that changed him, but he was still publicly involved, and all those actions that he took after that. Yeah, I'm excited to see. That's I know a little bit of the story, but I'm very excited to see kind of behind the scenes look and really get into like getting the full picture. So I'm excited to check that out, and I just want to talk to people about it. So if you are also excited for the Christopher Reeve documentary, I'm looking forward to that coming Looked like it was coming to DC. I'm curious if it'll come to HBO as well. So looking forward to the Christopher Reeve documentary, Superman. But that's it for this week. Let me know down below if you feel I forgot anything. And as always, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy this content. Any form of engagement is great, and I appreciate it all. So I hope you have a super day. I hope you have a super weekend, and hope you have a super day. Bye.